children. Now, our next topic is the public sector. As we read, on the basis of different activities, we have different sector. Now, on the basis of ownership, we have two sector, and those are public sector and private sector. Public sector are the companies which are run and financed by the government, comprise the public sector. After independence, India was a very poor country. India need huge amount of money to set up manufacturing plants for basic items like iron and steel, aluminium, fertilizers and cements. Additionally, infrastructure like road, railways, ports and airports also require huge investment. In those days, Indian entrepreneur was not cash rich, so government had to start creating big public sectors enterprises like SAIL, that is Steel Authority of India Limited, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission. So the company, the sectors which are financed by the government of any country, that is what public sector. Next is the private sector. The private sector is that part of the economy sometimes referred to as the citizen sector, which is run by private individuals or groups, usually as a means of enterprise or for profit, and is not controlled by the state. The private sector employs most of the workforce. In some countries, the private sector is legally regulated by the state. Businesses within a one country are required to comply with the laws in that country. So the sectors which is run by the citizen or individual, that is known as private sector. We have example like see MNCs, Sita, Marshall, Ba. These all are the companies which are run by the individual, and that is private sector. Another thing is the underemployment. What is that underemployment? It is a situation where people are apparently working, but all of them are made to work less than that their potential. If few people move out, it will not affect the production. It is hidden in contrast to the open unemployment, where a person is clearly or visibly without job. For example, there are thousands of casual workers in service sector in urban areas as painters, plumbers, etc. सो अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट को हम बोलते हैं डिस्गाइज्ड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, जहाँ पर आपको दिखेगा कि कोई पर्सन वर्क कर रहा है, जॉब में है, लेकिन वो उतना काम नहीं करता जितना कि उसको ज़रूरत है. तो इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं हम अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. ये क्यों है? क्योंकि हमने देखा है कितने सेक्टर्स डिवाइडेड हैं एक्टिविटी के बेस पर, ओनरशिप के बेस पर, सिक्योरिटी के बेस पर, लेकिन फिर भी हमारे पास जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है वो क्लियरली विजिबल नहीं है कुछ जगह पर. उसे बोलते हैं हम अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. Types of unemployment, this we have read in 9th class also, the types of unemployment. So first is that each one is doing some work but no one is fully employed. This is the situation of underemployment, that is disguised unemployment, where people are apparently working but all of them are made to work less than their potential. This kind of underemployment is hidden in contrast to someone who does not have a job and is clearly visible as disguised unemployment. That is what unemployment, in which we can see person is doing something but that is not a fully employed job. So where person is not visibly without job but he is or she is, that is what underemployment. Second is we see people of the service sector on the street pushing a cart on selling something, where they may spend the whole day but earn very little. They are doing this work because they do not have better opportunities. There are lakhs of farmers in India, and even if we remove a lot of people from agricultural sector and provide them with proper work elsewhere, agricultural production will not suffer, because there are a lot of workers but there are less work. So जहाँ पर काम ज़्यादा है और लोग जहाँ पर काम कम है लोग ज़्यादा है, उसे बोलते हैं हम अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. ये हमारे कंट्री का सबसे ज़्यादा देखने वाली अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, क्योंकि इसमें लोग वर्क तो कर रहे हैं लेकिन लोग ज़्यादा है और काम कम है. दैट इज़ वॉट अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट वी हैव. To avoid this, to end this, we have NREGA, that is National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which started in 2005. It is started by central government under NREGA 2005. All those who are able to and are in need of work are guaranteed 100 days of employment in a year by the government. So government ने इसके अंडर नरेगा के अंडर स्टार्ट किया. वो लोग जो काम कर सकते हैं उनको 100 डेज़ का एम्प्लॉयमेंट दिया. अब वो 100 डेज़ वर्क करें, अगर कोई बीमारी होती है, कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है, तो उस 100 डेज़ के अंदर जो भी उनकी छुट्टी होगी उसका भी पैसा उनको मिलेगा. If the government fails in its duty to provide employment, it will give unemployment allowances to the people. आपने सुना होगा बेरोजगारी भत्ता मिला था. जो लोग काम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, गवर्नमेंट उनका भी खर्चा चलाएगी with the help of the money they have collected through the tax. The types of work that would in future help to increase the production from land will be given preference under the act. So इस act के अंदर वो काम मिलेगा जो प्रेफरेंस लोग देते काम करने के लिए, फ्यूचर में हेल्प करने के लिए, जिनके पास कोई काम नहीं है तो गवर्नमेंट उनको वर्क देगा. दिस इज़ व्हाट अ नरेगा. So this is the end of the chapter. You can compare the topics which is mentioned here in your book, and rest of the topics we will discuss later. Thank you.